Hello and welcome to I'm losing my voice before the scene even starts. Season two. No, so this is Dark Crusade season two, and this is a character introduction for one of only the loveliest of Knights within the city, the purest and most innocent of Setites, Ghufran Wasem.
I sell carpets.
He sells carpets. He's also added an S to his name, I think.
Did I?
I believe it was only one S.
God damn it. It's supposed to be two. Never mind.
You fail, good sir.
It's okay. We will continue. Nothing has gone wrong
we
here.
will continue this scene. The scene takes place within the Sedai temple, deep within the Arab slums of the city. One of the nastiest, most deprived areas of the city, for more than one reason. But the Arab slums itself is not a focus of the scene. We hone in on Ghufran Wasem, who is about to engage in his first real conversation with the Primogen, perhaps a true introduction and exchange of various topics of sorts. As before, they had simply done a rather brief introduction, he and his sire, and then simply went about their way selling carpets. Perhaps they have one to offer to the Primogen this fine evening, or the High Priestess, as she is known in Setite, in private Setite realms. She sits in what is effectively not really a throne room, but she kind of oversees everybody in a sense.
All right. In this illustrious room, this not really a throne room.
Not really a throne room.
Not really a throne room.
It's the same but different.
Not a throne room.
Yeah. It's the same, but different.
But different. Ghufran will look around. And how is this room decorated? Is it a bit luxurious? Are there like things hanging on the walls?
Yeah, it is. You're within one of the, it's called inner sanctums, like one of the deeper, more well guarded parts of the temple. And as such has a lot more luxury to it and has a bit more religious artwork, shall we say. There's nothing hanging from the walls. There are torches. Well, there's nothing hanging from the ceiling, sorry. There is something what could be resembled some sort of painting or mosaic on the ceiling. Regarding Set and his eternal rival, Osiris. May he burn forever. And on the walls, there are simply plain stone walls with a bit of a religious iconography here and there. It is, shall we say, if you were to put like a label to it, like upper class but not noble.
All right.
It's a well-decorated meeting room with religious epithets of the Setite faith, and appears to be built for that purpose. It doesn't have any of the more exotic things you might expect, like an altar or any canopic jars or anything any more stereotypical things you might associate with a a Setite Hall of Faith. The the metaphors are there, but the religious metaphors are there, but they're actually kept fairly muted by most Setite standards, at least for this day and age.
Then, okay.
Pleasant but plain.
Ghufran will approach the High Priestess, wherever she may be sitting right now. Are they in a formal location? Is there anybody else here, or?
No, she seems to be on her own right now. There are a couple of Ancilla that tend to stick close to her, but they seem to be off doing their own thing. They're not in this room.
Yep. He'll approach her, wait to be acknowledged. And when he is, he'll do a polite greeting, like a bow or something. That's okay.
She takes a moment to acknowledge you. Appears like she was paying attention to something else. She was just looking at the wall. And she just turns to you and tilts her head, gives you a pleasant smile. And will raise up from her seat and walk towards you. And will simply say, newcomer Ghufran Wasem, what might I do for you this evening?
High Priestess, we have, at least I have seen you pass through the hallways. You cannot be missed, but this is the first time that I'm talking to you in a more formal way. I thought it was time to make a proper introduction.
She gently clasps her hands together. You know, she kind of, she clasps her hands together, but just kind of has them held down kind of around her waist area. In a formal fashion, just says, a wise choice.
We do not make unwise choices.
This is true.
I have something that might make this a bit more entertaining, for I think that you have many introductions a night, and many people wish to garner your attention. So, might I propose a small challenge, High Priestess?
She tilts her head once more, but this time with a bit more entertainment on her face, and says, "Oh, how bold of you. What might this challenge be?"
I will introduce myself. However, during this introduction, I will lie about one critical fact. I challenge you to discover my lie.
She thinks on this for a moment with an amused look on her face. Very well. Ghufran, I'll accept your challenge. Of course, how am I to know that you'll only lie about one critical fact and not numerous ones?
Because the one important thing should eclipse those less important ones. Rest be assured, this is a fair challenge, and so I stay to my word, as one does when within the temple.
She will smile at you, slightly devious look on her face. Very well then. Please proceed with your grandiose tale of fiction.
He'll bow again. I am Ghufran Wasem, child of Garajin Tafwik. I hail from the Syria area, and my sire found it fit to bring me into the night to free me of my shackles. For he needed something on the ground. My sire deals within the luxuries, you see, bathhouses, architecture. Is asked very frequently by noble families to redesign houses. And so he needed another way into all of that. He needed an extra avenue. My talents are the more of a commercial kind. I sell, well, I'm a humble carpet merchant. Exquisite patterns, soft flowings. They're all there to make a nice piece. I had to do a few things in order to prove myself worthy of his great embrace. One of which was to get into contact with a certain noble family and, well, lure their daughter over towards our side. As you well know, a sheltered nobleman's daughter has interests that she doesn't experience every day. She's kept safe in a box. Tiny, tiny box. And he bites his lower lip. I enjoyed smashing this box. Give her the freedom that she deserved for her father and her mother. Gruesome beings. Gruesome. To deny their family the tastes and flavors of the world, the exquisite spices of the night. It's draining. This girl is a retainer that I now keep with me. And thanks to that, my sire was able to gain a child, an ally, and an avenue of an enemy was destroyed. And he bows once more. Small introduction.
Okay. I'm now going to have her make a roll to see which part of your tale was a lie, if any.
Should I roll my manipulation subterfuge as well?
You may do so.
All right. I will probably not beat her, but
If you do, it'll be great.
I don't think that's the thing that'll happen.
I want to see your dice first.
Sure. So it's slash R
Because I handle tension poorly.
D10 slash R 6010. What is the damn thing where you can also put in the difficulty?
It's a more than sign equal, and then you put the number of the difficulty F1.
Okay,
So 6 in this case.
I'm gonna spend a willpower point.
You bitch.
Here we go.
Oh shit, you get 5 fucking successes.
Oh!
You get 5 successes. What the hell is this? She doesn't even have a specialty to detect lies. She has a specialty to detect emotions. God damn it. God, you beat her. You beat her ass. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. So, I didn't expect that.
Fuck yeah, buddy. My life is fucked right now.
What is an elder but blood to be taken? She spends a moment looking at you and circles you twice, exactly twice. And then stares at you again for a good 10 seconds. But she doesn't give any real emotion away during this time. And then she'll blink once and then look rather impressed. And she will perform a curtsy before you. And will say, I believe I'm able to figure out your lie, Ghufran. You win this challenge.
He'll
How interesting.
politely again. And there's almost like a little sigh of relief. Like, well, I figured since the many introductions and most of them go most likely the same. Say your name, or acknowledged, state your presence in the city, and then the party leaves once more. I thought something could spice up your night, I perceive.
She rests one of her hands. She rests an elbow on one of her hands to support it, and then basically navel gazes with her free hand at you. It's been a long time since I've had my own perceptions challenged in such a unique fashion. You're quite right. I haven't had an introduction like this in a long time.
It is my honor.
Ghufran, if I may be so self-indulgent, may I ask what the lie of this tale was?
Now that, my dear High Priestess, would take away the fun of the challenge.
I thought so. She pouts slightly and doesn't really agree. And she just, her eyes kind of stare upwards for a moment, and then kind of focus, and then look back down towards you. I'll need to try much harder next time, if I'm to surpass your wily ways. I'm sure they'll come in handy in a place like this. I'm sure they already have.
They have in setting up my main place of business. I am, however, unfamiliar with the greater scheme that is currently going on within the city. I do realize that in the past 100 years there have been some exceptional events happening with the Tremere and the Salubri.
Oh yes. It seems like merely yesterday that the Salubri were once a fully fledged clan. How far they've fallen. Such a shame. Of ethnicity, however, the Princeton seems to have made it a real point of focus, a real goal to make it so that they may somehow coexist together in spite of their mutual violent tendencies.
It makes it all the more easier for us, doesn't it?
Our temple here has existed for approximately a century now. Their constant infighting has allowed us many opportunities, despite the other clans' misguided mistrust of us.
I do not believe the Blood of Set has ever committed any misdeeds in this city's history. Is that correct?
Yes, we are remarkably pure. Something that the other clans love to debate and argue and bicker about, but it remains a fact of our life. In fact, the Salubri have even dirtier slave than the Tremere here. You should have been around when they first entered this city. You speak of spectacular events. And then she kind of chuckles to herself.
Sadly, I was not even alive.
'Twas the briefest flash of pure, unadulterated chaos. Before they came, the Tizmisi and the Gangrel aligned themselves with the local Saracens and decided to try and wreak havoc upon the Tremere and their allies. The Salubri, for their part, arrived much later and decided to wage a little condensed conflict of their own, creating just as much bloodshed and violence within a much shorter span of time. Were they not so, shall we say, misdirected, I would be impressed. Alas, they're brought to heel almost as fast as they welcome themselves. By that point, the other clans have been tamed by the ruling parties.
But the blood of Set remains outside of that, doesn't it?
Yes, we have remained outside every single conflict within this city. And has done us much good. We own one of the largest and richest, well, not monetarily, but in the way that matters, domains in the city. And our temple remains undiscovered to this very night, as it should.
Then I, as a new addition to the city, will do everything I can to make sure that our blood's reputation is held only in the highest regard.
I have every confidence that you'll uphold our clan's sanctity throughout your stay here.
Thank you.
If you can weave your words past me, I doubt any of the other clans will be able to see through you. Although I do feel inclined to warn you. There are other creatures within this city that have not taken a liking to us, unfortunately. Though something the court kept a secret from us for the longest time. No longer. They shouldn't pose much of a threat to yourself. Although if you find yourself under any undue attention that appears outside the realm of canine works, do not feel afraid to tell us, and we'll resolve the situation for you.
Understood. Are these the wild ones?
Yes, they somehow managed to make their way into this city.
Out of character, the wild ones are the Fae.
Oh, wild ones of the face. Shit, no. God. Misleading terminology. Raised fist. Tension broken. Well, they are, but not the wild ones. They are the shape changers.
The lupines are in the city?
Curious.
He's a bit taken aback at this. I thought they are only in forests. Or the wilder areas, not in population.
Most of them do. These ones appear different and are much more aggressive about their proselytizing. They appear more interested in conversion than they do in the violence that most others are engaged in. In fact, if I am to have overheard some of the rumors of the court correctly, they are even opposed to the ones outside the city. But it's largely irrelevant to us. There's still a danger, though they are unable to track us in any efficient way.
I will most assuredly watch my back then. Thank you very kindly for this warning.
Anything for the safety of a fellow person.
Of course. Should the temple need any redecoration, I will be most glad to lend my wares.
I'm certain Ahanif will be able to put your wares to good use. She is my grandchild and one of the more popular hosts of this city. I think she'd appreciate a bit of redecoration.
I see. Then in the coming nights I will seek her out. I thank you for this audience, High Priestess.
I thank you for the entertainment. It's been a most interesting evening. And she looks at you as in you are the interesting evening.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all this undue attention you have garnered. Oh no.
Oh no. He'll bow again. Then by your leave, High Priestess.
She will make a polite gesture for you to leave.
All right. Ghufran will GTFO.
Thinking, oh shit, I actually won. That was supposed to happen.
No, that was supposed to happen.
And I think with that, as Ghufran makes a hasty exit, we can conclude our scene there and our character introduction for yet another fellow Canaanite of Odessa. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching, and we'll see you next time.